So guys, patellofemoral pain and Hoffa's Fat Pad Syndrome. These are two key conditions at the knee joint which are commonly confused. So if you want to know the difference between the two and how to diagnose the differences between them, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey guys, Khalid here. Welcome back to Clinical Physio. So to start by understanding the differences between these two conditions, we need to look at the anatomy. So let's dive in to our 3D anatomy model. So first of all, let's look at Hoffa's fat pad. Now this is also referred to as the infrapatellar fat pad, and as you can see, it's located just inferiorly to the patella, and it covers quite a wide area. And Hoffa's fat pad impingement, or Hoffa's fat pad syndrome, means an irritation to that particular fat pad. This normally happens following a trauma or as a result of surgery, sometimes where the fat pad can get irritated by the surgical instruments which are performing the surgery. Now, this structure is highly vascularized, it's got a large blood supply, and it's highly innervated with a high nerve supply. And as a result, it can be really easily irritated because it's a very sensitive structure. So next, the key anatomy for patellofemoral pain. Now, as we can see on the model, we have the femur, also known as the thigh bone, and the patella, also known as the kneecap. Now, like all major bones in the body, these structures are covered by something called hyaline cartilage. This is a protective layer over the key surfaces that rub against each other or articulate with each other at the joint, and of course the knee joint as well. Now, if we look at the femur, we can see that it's clearly covered by hyaline cartilage, including the area which articulates with the kneecap here, which is what we refer to as the trochlea. That's the little groove that the kneecap sits in. And as you can see, it's clearly lined with that hyaline cartilage. We also have hyaline cartilage covering the back of the patella, the surface that articulates and runs up and down that trochlea of the patellofemoral joint. And so as a result, when we think about patellofemoral pain, it's normally caused by an irritation or an inflammation of that cartilage over the back of the patella or over the trochlea. So what's also important to say from the anatomy is the actual location of pain that patients might experience. With the patellofemoral joint, as you can see, it's directly where the kneecap sits in relation to the femur. Whereas with Hoffa's fat pad, the pain is likely to be lower, inferior, or beneath the kneecap where the fat pad is situated. So based on that, where the patient is pointing to their pain might give us an initial clue for diagnosing the differences between the two. So next, let's think about our examination, and let's start with observation and palpation. And here I'm thinking about two key things. Number one is swelling, and number two is palpating around the different areas to see if it's painful. Now, with patellofemoral pain, we tend to not find that this condition creates a swelling at the patellofemoral joint. And when it comes to palpation, we might find that it can be sore wiggling the patella from side to side or pushing directly down on it. But if we were to palpate around the different areas of the patellofemoral joint, it shouldn't be that painful. Now, with Hoffa's Fat Pad Syndrome, it's a different story. Remember, we said that this is a highly innervated structure with a lot of nerve supply, and thus it can be very sensitive. So, we do imagine that if we were to palpate around the patella tendon itself, either side of which, that's where the fat pad is situated, it can be very sore for the patient. And also, we can find that there can be elements of swelling in that area too. So those are some of the differences on palpation and swelling between these two conditions. Next, on to aggravating and easing factors. Let's start with patellofemoral pain. So we tend to find that there are quite classic aggravating factors that come with patellofemoral pain, such as going up and down the stairs, kneeling, squatting, and sitting with the knee bent at 90 degrees for a long period of time. This is sometimes referred to as the cinema sign because that's what we would do in the cinema, sit with our knees bent for a long period of time. Now, if we look at the anatomy, one key thing with all of those aggravating factors is flexion. And we can see that when we bend the knee, the patella actually engages more with the trochlea. It moves into that femoral groove or trochlea a little bit more. However, when we extend the knee, you can see that the patella moves out from the trochlea and away from it. And this is no surprise to therefore know that extension can sometimes be a better position for these patients. They actually find that extension eases their patellofemoral pain. So perhaps when they're lying down, when they're lying supine, or when they have their knees extended out in front of them, it can feel more comfortable. Now, conversely, Hoffa's Fat Pad is the opposite. These patients don't like extension because when we extend the joint, we close down the joint and therefore we compress that fat pad in that small joint space. And therefore, look out for these patients saying that they don't like standing and walking because it irritates their symptoms. You may also find that these patients do like flexion because it opens up the joint a little bit more and perhaps relieves pressure on the fat pad. So look out for patients who say it's a little bit easier when they sit down because it takes their pain away. So once again, patellofemoral pain does like extension but doesn't like flexion, whereas Hoffa's Fat Pad is the opposite, does like flexion but doesn't like extension. Now for me, there's also a really brilliant test that you can use to try and help you diagnose Hoffas Fat Pad Syndrome, which shouldn't be a problem with patellofemoral pain. A really useful test called Hoffa's test. So how do we do this? Well, we lie our patient down in supine and we flex their knee to approximately 30 degrees. Then with our thumb, we palpate at the fat pad, which is either side of the patella tendon, either medially or laterally. You can even do both at different times with this test. From here, we maintain the pressure with our thumb over the fat pad whilst we passively extend the knee. And a positive sign here is a reproduction of our patient's fat pad symptoms when we extend their knee. Now, if we think about it, that pressure on the fat pad is going to be sore, but as we said earlier, the fat pad doesn't like extension, so it's no surprise that when we extend the knee whilst putting that pressure on and it's painful, that's a positive for Hoffa's fat pad impingement. Conversely, remember that we said that the patellofemoral joint likes extension, so we shouldn't find that this test is positive for our patients with patellofemoral pain. Hopefully, that's a really nice test to help you differentiate between the two. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please support us by smashing that like button and subscribe to our channel for all our best updates. We've also got a brilliant webinar called Differential Diagnosis of the Knee, link in the description below, available on our membership site at member.clinicalphysio.com for more tips on how to differentiate between different knee conditions. Of course, we've also got our Instagram account at Clinical Physio for loads more resources for physiotherapists. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Khalid. See you soon here on Clinical Physio.